In a quiet village called Bethany, there lived a man named Lazarus. He had 2 sisters, Mary and Martha. One day, Lazarus became very sick. Mary and Martha sent a message to Jesus, saying, "Lord, the one you love is sick." Even though Jesus loved Lazarus and his sisters, he stayed 2 more days where he was. After 2 days, he said to his disciples, "Let us go back to Judea." The disciples were worried and said, "Rabbi, the people there tried to stone you. Are you going back?" But Jesus answered, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I am going there to wake him up." The disciples said, "Lord, if he sleeps, he will get better." Then Jesus told them clearly, "Lazarus is dead, and I am glad I was not there, so that you may believe." So Jesus and his disciples began their journey to Bethany. As they walked through the rocky paths and hills, the sun began to set behind them. The disciples followed quietly, still unsure of what was about to happen. But Jesus walked ahead with peace and confidence, knowing that God's glory would soon be revealed. When Jesus came near Bethany, he learned that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Martha ran out to meet him and cried, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Jesus looked at her with compassion and said, "Your brother will rise again." Martha replied, "I know that he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day." Then Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die." Martha wiped her tears and said, "Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who was to come into the world." Martha called her sister Mary and said, "The teacher is here and is asking for you." When Mary came to Jesus, she fell at his feet weeping and said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping, and the people crying around her, he was deeply moved in his spirit and troubled. He asked, "Where have you laid him?" They said, "Lord, come and see." Then Jesus wept. The people whispered among themselves, "Look how much he loved him." Jesus came to the tomb. It was a cave, and a large stone was placed across the entrance. Jesus said, "Take away the stone." Martha, the sister of the dead man, said, "But Lord, by this time there will be a bad smell. He has been there for 4 days." Then Jesus said, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" So they rolled away the stone. The air was still, and everyone watched in silence. Jesus looked up and prayed, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me. But I said this for the people standing here, so that they may believe you sent me." Then Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." And suddenly, Lazarus came out, his hands and feet wrapped in burial cloth, and a cloth around his face. Jesus said, "Unbind him, and let him go." Everyone stood in awe. Some gasped, others fell to their knees. Many people believed in Jesus that day.